come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at Bill Stadium in Orchard Park. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. And we are underway in Buffalo. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Fucking rain, bro. God, fucking rain.
First down. It's Hawkins. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Play action. Now it's Allen. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. After the interception, here's Jackson.
Bro, I should have been
that was
big.
Nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
First carry for Nick Chubb.
Oh, best D-line in the game, bro. Stop it.
Defense there and run support to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Here's Jackson to throw.
Bro, Kittle's not that fast.
For George Kittle. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Bills, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last last week's game. That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And down inside the 15 he goes.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
2nd and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Running for it, here's Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Bills nothing. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
To throw, it's Allen.
Bro, there's no way.
Intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Now it's Jackson.
Give me my rock, bro.
It's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
My fucking rock.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Now the Bills will take another timeout, and that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Jackson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Jackson. Flush to his right.
Hell no.
Go deep for Beckham. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying, make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
On play action, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big gain there for the Bills. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
He's coming, double up. Check.
Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward. And he is met
that was a weak ass tackle.
and he goes down right there.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. To the air, Allen. This is complete to Hawkins. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills have taken the lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it. Come on.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
Give me that.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before,
And it sucks I have no abilities on your running back.
you got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. On play action, Allen.
If my running back never went out.
And he's left with no
Field it.
option here but to throw it away. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Wild Bill. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Allen off the play fake. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And
Can I
that'll
make this?
bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now.
Oh, I missed it.
And it is is good.
Oh, shit.
Looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, Chubb. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32.
4 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
Now the Browns signal for the second.
Hey, he already know what was up.
So as they take it over, we step aside. Second and 11. Play action. Now Jackson. Trying to lay one up deep.
Oh, my God. There's no way.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point.
Bills 13. Chase McLaughlin to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back. In the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Flushed out right. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Stop it.
By Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A give, this is Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They go with Chubb on second down. 41 yards on the ground for him so far.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. And that'll set him back 5. Here's Jamie Gillandale as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
56, 56. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Hey, tight. Tighten up.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you.
My rock, bro, not doing hit power.
In the locker room at halftime.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
61 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now Chubb running right. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Jackson.
I wish he was going to throw that little slant to the running back.
The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change? And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Allen going deep.
Oh, I got hit.
For Ross. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, let's get this. Mike 56, Mike 56. Get in the weight room.
Here's Allen to throw it.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
And unable to connect.
It was R1.
I'll give them credit. They took
Wow,
shot,
I had the shit wide open.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Fielded just inside the 20. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10.
That shit hit.
The Browns drive about to get started. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th.
Let's go.
I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. Out to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost
the rock.
Ball. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll try the left side. It's Hawkins. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Hawkins. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Half 85, half 85.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have retaken the lead. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. Allen will try to throw for it. It's complete.
Oh, I didn't think he was playing like that.
Touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Now it's Jackson. Drops it off for Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb.
Let's go.
Boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll run for it. Chubb. And bulldozing his way through. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A huge play there on 4th down.
I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. Shedding the tackle. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
111 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right.
Give me that.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Bills are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
I threw it right to him,
Look
bro.
at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he takes
Right
this
to the
one
nigga,
back
bro. Oh,
into the
God.
end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. He's at the 50.
Do you have one of those charts that tells you to go for two or go for one?
I don't. I know you do, but I don't care what the chart says there. You got to kick it, right?
I agree totally, because somewhere the chart's something's gonna pop out of the chart and say, hey man, just kick the extra point here. You're in good shape. I think they were chasing points there when they didn't need to.
Yeah, trying to get a little bit greedy, take the lead in the fourth quarter. Now they still trail by one. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they have to try and move past that pick six, because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. A strong running. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Play action. Now it's Allen. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we're watching them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll run on first down. It's Hawkins, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Check. Fresno. Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hawkins looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Allen.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Bro, what's the PI?
They're going to be incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
56 the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. I got you. 56 the mic.
Now Allen. Got to have this one. That's to his running back, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
56. Mike, 50. Right there, 56. Man, I got you.
They'll try the left side. Hawkins finding room to the 20. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hawkins, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Check 3. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. Man, I got you. Hey, switch gears. Alert!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal.
41's the mic. Check 41.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Allen taking it himself, and I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Bit of a pressure spot here for Tyler Bass. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Bass is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive
I
strategy?
don't want hip power, bro. My rock.
Game, or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw pulled in by
But not let me tackle him.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down.
Pass complete to Chubb.
Able to fight through one tackle. And he goes out right around the 39. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now Jackson. Into the hands of Beckham.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too. And
I don't know how he jumped offside, but already.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson.
Flush to his right. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So that'll back them up 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Throwing, Jackson.
Throw left side complete. That's Love.
Whoa.
Out just a yard or two
Niggas
shy
breaking
of the
tackles.
30. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Got an open man, it's Schwartz.
I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Handoff comes to Chubb, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something.
Let's go.
And he'll go down.
Fucking go. GG, bro. G fucking G.
So a very interesting final chapter to this proverbial book here in this one, because they were in field goal range, could have won it with a